Hey, Eagle fans, before we start today's video, go and give me your record prediction for the Eagles right now down below in the pinned comment. The top comment that we have there, give me your record prediction. I want to know, Eagles going 19-0, 16-0, 0-16. Let me know what you guys think down below. All right, we're going to jump into today's video, which, of course, as you see by the title, is a complete schedule breakdown. So we're going to break down game by game, week 1 all the way to week 17, and the bye week concluding what the Eagles will do and which games I think they will win and why they will lose some games as well. Listen, very good football team. It's a tricky schedule, but a very winnable schedule as well. Let's jump right into the week 1 matchup at Washington. Yes, taking on the Washington football team, FedEx Field, the worst turf in the NFL. It's not really a big factor, but still, I cannot stand that field. It's just terrible. A lot of injuries happen there, so hopefully they stay fine. Philadelphia is obviously going to win this game, right? It's the 1 p.m. kickoff. You're on the road. I think Doug Peterson is 5-0 in every single opener that he's played so far as head coach in Philadelphia, or 5-0, 4-0, whatever it is. He's won his last 4, I should say, season openers, including last year whenever they went ahead and beat Washington. They just seem to have the Redskins' number, and the Redskins have a very good pass rush, and this is going to be a tricky game just because of an overall hurting Eagles offensive line, and some changes have been made and some things have been moved, but overall, let me just say this. It's an easy win for Philadelphia. They're 6-point favorites with the over-under currently sitting at 42.5. Put it up 1-0 for the Eagles. Let's move on. Week 2 at the LA Rams. Now, I'm a lot higher on the LA Rams than a lot of people are in the national media. I think they're a very good football team. They're going to be better in the running game because they don't have to worry about Todd Gurley in terms of can he play, can he run the football this down? Nope, he can't. Got to wait. And I think their defense is absolutely stacked. So a great overall matchup. I think Philadelphia wins this one, though, because as we've seen in the past, Doug Peterson has gotten the better of Sean McVay twice and has done it both times without Carson Wentz for part of the game, right? You talk about the Nick Foles game in 2018. It was all Nick Foles, and then Foles came in at the end of the 2017 matchup. And Wentz went ahead and tore the ACL. So I think it's a win there. It's a tough one, but Philadelphia's going to get that one. They're going to be 2-0. Week 3, Bengals, Joe Burrow. When do you want to play rookie quarterbacks? You want to play them early on in their rookie year, not whenever they start to figure things out later on in their rookie year. That's just, and everybody knows that, right? So you want them early. They get them early at Lincoln Financial Field. Week 3, I think they get the win here, going to 3-0. And listen, Cincinnati's going to be one of those building teams. I think they'll be good eventually, but just not this year. Bengals win it, or excuse me, Eagles win it. They beat the Bengals. They go to 3-0. Week 4. Their first real tricky test to me is this Week 4 matchup at San Francisco against the defending NFC champs. Sunday Night Football. It's going to be a fantastic, opportunity to see what the Eagles are made of. Really, this is your first playoff gut check. You have these at certain points during every NFL season because, sure, the Rams and the Washington football team will be good games, and you can easily lose both games, but really your playoff tests and playoff checks come when you play big-time playoff teams. Here's San Francisco. Do I think they can beat the 49ers? Yes, they definitely can. Will they beat the 49ers? I'm not so sure. It's a tough flight all the way across to the West Coast. I think they lose this one, their first loss of the season, 3-1. Garoppolo will have all of his weapons healthy. I mean, a lot of the 49er wide receivers are injured right now, but they will be good to go by Week 4. I think San Francisco wins it. It's going to be the 49ers the Eagles' first loss there, putting them at 3-1. Before we keep going, we talk about these Eagle face masks all the time, but right now they're on a crazy sale, crazy deal, up to 20 to 30% off right now. Chatsports.com/Eagles mask is a place to go ahead and pick them up. Again, great sale. It's probably because football starts tonight, because I'm filming this on a Thursday, Chiefs and Texans. But it'll probably not last for long, so go ahead and pick up your Eagles face mask right now, chatsports.com/Eagles mask. All right, Week 5 at Pittsburgh. I thought a lot about this one because the next week is the Ravens, and this is a tricky kind of AFC battle here where you're on the road, but not really because Pittsburgh not very far from Philadelphia, and then you're back home to play the Ravens. So we'll stay in Week 5. I think they lose this one. I think Pittsburgh's a lot better than people think. I mean, it's kind of like the Rams. They're being underestimated. You start to kind of scratch your head and go, why are they being underestimated? One of the top 5 defenses in the NFL, probably the defense that went first in your fantasy draft behind San Francisco. They get Big Ben back, who looks good, healthy, ready to go. Juju Smith-Schuster is healthy. James Conner is healthy. They got a great offensive line. I think they're going to be good. Philadelphia's going to lose this one. They'll be 3-2. Now, just like I said, it's a tricky little back-to-back game here with the Steelers and the Ravens. I think they're going to go into Week 6 against Baltimore at home in Philadelphia. You'll probably have fans in the stands in some capacity by this point in the NFL season because some teams already have fans, like the Chiefs tonight, and some other teams will not have fans in the stands, at least at the start of the season. I think Philadelphia has fans in the stands, and I think they beat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. I think the Ravens pull back this year, despite what a lot of people are saying will be another massive MVP caliber type season for Lamar Jackson. We know how great he is. We know that Philadelphia in the past has struggled with Lamar Jackson-esque quarterbacks. When I say S quarterbacks, I say Russell Wilson, even though Wilson's a lot more of a pocket passer than Lamar Jackson is. But still, they've struggled in the past, but I think they figured this one out. Baltimore is interesting. I think they're going to be very competitive in the AFC, but I don't see the Eagles dropping 3 in a row. They rarely ever do that. So if you drop to the 49ers, you drop to the Steelers, you finally come back home 3 weeks later, you play Baltimore, you get a big win, another good playoff check game here, and they go to 4-2. Quick turnaround Thursday Night Football against the Giants. Expect the Eagles to probably be in their black uniforms. They're normally in their black uniforms at home whenever they played the New York Football Giants. The Eagles have had the Giants' number recently. Again, I've said the Giants would be better than what they were last year. Saquon, Daniel Jones, that's going to be a better overall offense. The defense is still a little suspect to me, but the Eagles have not lost to the Giants. It feels like at home in a very, very long time. They had their number last year. I think they have it again. They get the win here to go ahead and go 5-2. And that leads us perfectly into the Week 8 Sunday Night Football matchup against Dallas. And this comes every single year, right? Halfway through the season, the Eagles take on the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Now, normally, it's on the road. At least the past couple of seasons, the early Sunday Night Football game was on the road, this time in Philadelphia. And guess what? I think the Eagles lose this one. And why do I think that? Because the Eagles tend to lose the first one, and they tend to win the second one. Look back to last year. They got blown out by Dallas in Dallas. They came back to Philadelphia and got a big win. Now, because it is at home, I think their shots are a lot better, and I think they could easily win this game, and I hate picking the Cowboys, but I have to be true to my predictions this year. They're going to be, we'll give you my full record prediction in a second, but they're going to have to lose some games somehow, and they're going to lose this one to the Dallas Cowboys in Week 8. Okay, who wins the NFC East, though? Let me ask this question right now. Give me your comment in the comment section down below. Type PHI. Type Philly down below if the Eagles are going to win the NFC East, which they definitely are, 100%, even though I just said Dallas will win Week 8. Or if you're a hater and you're a Dallas Cowboy fan watching this for some reason, I guess type Dallas, but DAL, but just type Philly down below. Don't be crazy. Type Philly down below. We know the Eagles have been better in the NFC East, and the Eagles have had a lot better playoff success, Super Bowl, than the Cowboys have the past couple of years, so I'm still picking the Eagles to win the NFC East. Week 9, bye week. Rest up, get healthy, right? Get your mind straight. We're going to the final half of the season. Let's figure things out. They enter the bye 5-3. They come out of the bye at New York. I think they win this one as well. They will lose some division games, right? They're not going to go 6-0 in the NFC East. They really never do that, right? They always drop something somewhere, whether it's Washington, the Giants, or Dallas. But I think they're going to go ahead and sweep the Giants this year on the road. A big win, especially after coming off the bye. They normally play well after the bye. The old Andy Reid, Doug Peterson motto is to play well and win after the bye. They beat the Giants. They go to 6-3. Week 11 at Cleveland. At this point, Cleveland will either be unraveled or completely unraveled because that's what Cleveland does. And by week 11, Cleveland's going to go ahead and be a dumpster fire. Colin Cowherd on FS1 will be very happy about this because Baker Mayfield is like his arch rival if you ever watch FS1. They beat the Browns. They go to 7-3. Week 12 is, to me, the biggest playoff gut check of the entire season because it's later on. We know what the Eagles are made of, and they have a home game against Seattle on Monday Night Football. Could be their black jersey night as well. A team that they have completely been not obliterated by, but Seattle has had their number even going back to 2017. Remember, Philly had their first big loss on the road on Sunday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks. Carson Wentz was decent in that game, but it was their first big loss that kind of recentered them and got them ready for their playoff run to go ahead and win a Super Bowl. I still think Seattle wins this football game. As much as I want to pick Philadelphia, I just can't. Russell Wilson is too good. He was too good the 2 times he played Philadelphia last season, including the postseason. I think the Eagles are going to lose this one. They fall to 7-4. Make sure you guys are subscribed, though, right quickly, because each and every week we're doing a ton of Eagle news, a ton of Eagle rumors, and we get you guys ready game by game. We react to every game every Monday morning, so go ahead and make sure you guys are subscribed to Philadelphia Eagles now. Week 13, they're sitting at 7-4. The Eagles are on the road against the Packers. Remember the last time they were in Lambeau Field, they won, but they shouldn't have. They got very lucky in that football game. I think Aaron Rodgers is out for blood. I think the Packers are better than people think this year. The Eagles dropped this one as well. They go to 7-5. Now, earlier this video, I said the Eagles would not lose 3 in a row, at least early on in the season. Well, guess what? The 3-game stretch we just hit on, Week 12 Seahawks, Week 13 at Packers, and now Week 14 against the Saints is a brutal 3-game stretch. And while I think that they hopefully will go 1-2 during that stretch, I'm picking them to go 0-3. They will lose Week 14 to the Saints. They'll be 7-6, which will cause a lot of panic. Right, Michael Thomas comes to town. He's probably going to ball out. Maybe the Eagle cornerbacks are struggling. Hopefully Slay's great. That's the expectation, but, we'll see. And so at this point, you have a lot of Philly fans panicking, including, us here at Philadelphia Eagles now, 7-6, right? They got to win out their final 3 games to make the postseason. And guess what? That's exactly what I think they're going to do. Starting with the Week 15 matchup on the road at the Big Toaster. Larry Fitzgerald historically has been fantastic against Philadelphia. You go back to the 2008 NFC title game. I mean, Larry Fitz has just torched the Eagles, but Darius Slay is there, and hopefully maybe he had a bad game against Michael Thomas and rebounds well against Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, and Larry Fitzgerald. They win that one. They go to 8-6, setting up exactly what happened last year, a Week 16 matchup against the Dallas Cowboys on the road that is an absolute must-win. And it's an absolute must-win because Dallas will be flirting kind of in the same area, trying to go ahead and win the NFC East as they always are with Philadelphia. They'll probably flex this game to Sunday Night Football, so it'll be a Sunday night matchup on the road against Dallas late in the season. And guess what? Carson Wentz will outplay Dak Prescott as he's done time and time again, especially in big-time moments. Dak will shrink. Carson will rise. The Eagles will win this and essentially lock up the NFC East just like they did last year at 9-6. They will take on Washington and because they're going to be fighting for a 3rd or 4th seed because the odds of them being a top 2 seed with 10 wins is just not really going to happen, but I think they're still going to play their starters here at least for a portion of this because they're going to want a 3 seed versus a 4 seed. That way they can take on the lowest winning seed versus the highest winning seed there in the wild card round. They beat Washington 10-6. There you go. That is my official projection for the Eagles. Before we do a quick recap, remind you guys about the awesome deal on the Eagle face mask. Again, up to 30% off right now. Probably because the NFL season is starting tonight and then, a couple of days away on Sunday. Pick them up right now at chatsports.com/Eagles mask. These 2 packs, these 3 packs, up to 30% off. Link down below in the description box. Pick them up right now. So again, scroll through it all, right? It's a difficult schedule at some point. And we got to remember this. Remember the first 4 games, not too bad besides San Francisco. Then there's a little 2-game tough stretch. Steelers-Ravens, got to navigate that. Then you have 3 straight divisional games. The Eagles hopefully going to clean those up. We'll see what happens on Dallas in terms of that Week 8 matchup. It gets a little bit of a break with the bye, the Giants, the Browns, the tough 3-game stretch of Seahawks, Packers, and Saints, and then the final 3-game stretch where the Eagles be 2 on the road and 1 at home, and hopefully they win all 3 and can win the division. I've said 10-6 all offseason. This is a 10-6 football team. Again, it's a good football team. I think it could be a great football team, but I want to be careful in my prediction here because there are some tricky games the Eagles will have to go ahead and navigate. There you go, 10-6. Which game are you most excited for out of them all? Which one? For me, it's always Dallas. I mean, Sunday Night Football against Dallas and Philadelphia Week 8 is definitely the one that I'm most excited for. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments. They're not going to lose to this team. Oh, they're not going to lose to that team. Well, guess what? It's my prediction and not yours. So if you have your predictions, give me them down below. I'll read through them as I always do. All time we have for today here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm your host, Thomas Mott, signing off for the rest of your day.